Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. And a couple of weeks ago, Super Mario Galaxy turned 15 years old. How mad is that? The game is now a decade and a half old. What a mad fact that is. So today, we're going to be talking about, well, the game itself and of course my memories and experience with the game. Because Mario Galaxy 1 is special to me because it's the only Nintendo game I ever 100%ed. I never 100%ed any other Nintendo game. Mario Galaxy was the only one I did. And in fact, both Galaxy games are special because with Galaxy 2, that was the first game I ever got on its release date. The first game out of every game I've ever owned, that's the first one I ever got on the day it came out. But let's get into Galaxy 1. Galaxy 1 gave us something that had never been seen in a Mario game before. Mario venturing out into space, giving him a new moveset. Of course, a lot of his old moveset from previous games was back. You know, one jump, double jump and triple jumping, the side flip, the back flip. But instead of a kick or a dive, like in Sunshine and 64, he was given a brand new method of attack, the spin, given to him by the Master Baby Luma. And that's really been the last. That's the last method of attack Mario actually has had that's new in a 3D game, because in Odyssey, his method of attack is usually capturing and not something else and using that as an attack. And in Bowser's Fury, it's quite similar. But yes, Mario Galaxy has some great level design. Just to pick out a couple of favourites of my favourite galaxies in the game, Toy Time Galaxy, that's one of my favourites. Because Nintendo became so creative for that one, where the whole galaxy is just one giant toy box inside of some gigantic room, because of course there's windows on that room if you look in the distance. Ghostly Galaxy, that's another one of my favourites. Even if racing the Spooky Speedster was one of my least favourite stars ever when I was younger because I could not beat it. Who'd have thought the second Spooky Speedster race would be easier than when you're playing as Boo Mario would be easier than the first one with pull stars. Of course, that was a new feature: pull stars, sling stars, and launch stars. Brand new features. And after the canon from Mario 64 did not return in Sunshine, apart from entering Pina Park, the canon made its swift return in Galaxy. Of course, Mario Galaxy was also the first Mario game to experiment with gravity, where on certain planets you can walk all the way around it, even to the bottom of the planet, and you will not fall from it. Of course, the story is quite basic. It's a Mario game. Bowser kidnaps Peach. The usual. But Bowser was decided to use a strategy he'd actually used in the past, back in Paper Mario. Why just take Peach when you can take her castle? and Mario has to work himself all the way up to the centre of the universe where Bowser has taken Peach's castle. Something else Galaxy introduced that was brand new was the Comets, which of course came back in Galaxy 2. The Comets, of course, can be a variation of a purple coin mission with a time limit, a level with a time limit, a Daredevil run where you have 1 health and if you get hit once, you're dead, the Cosmic Races where you had to race a cosmic version of yourself to the Power Star, and the Fast Foe Comets, which of course did not come back in Galaxy 2. The Fast Foe Comets were like the only comet from Galaxy 1 that did not make a return. And the Fast Foe Comets were of course simply the level you're playing moves faster than it did before. But it was still pretty easy to deal with. Galaxy also introduced some brand new power-ups to the Mario arsenal of power-ups he has. Of course, we had the Ice Flower. Like, people seem to forget, that's where the Ice Flower made its debut. Mario Galaxy 1. Because the Ice Flower is so synonymous with the new Super Mario Bros. Series now, that people seem to forget that's where the Ice Flower made its debut, in a 3D Mario game. And in the 3D Mario games, it works different to the one in 2D. The one in the 2D simply lets you shoot ice balls and freeze people and then throw the ice cubes, the enemies you've frozen, into a wall to destroy them. In Galaxy, bit different. Instead, you have a time limit for the Ice Flower. Mario's entire body becomes ice, and he's able to create ice platforms over any bodies of water he walks across, and he can also ice skate on those platforms. And of course, that feature is needed to access a few areas in the Freeze Flake Galaxy. No, it's Freeze Flame Galaxy. Freeze Flake was in Galaxy 2. And the Fire Flower, of course, made its return to in Galaxy, but it was slightly different. Just like the Ice Flower, it was on a time limit, but Mario could shoot infinite fireballs. And if you got hit in the Ice Flower or the Fire Flower, you did not lose the power-up if you took damage, because of the time limit. The Rainbow Star was basically Galaxy's version of the Starman from the 2D games. It works exactly the same way. Mario becomes all rainbow coloured and is invincible and destroys any enemy he touches. But then Galaxy actually introduced brand new power-ups, such as the Bee Mushroom, which turns Mario into a bee where he can fly for a shorter time, and he can climb up honeycomb walls. It's crazy to think that's the Galaxy games are the only place the Bee Mushroom has ever appeared in. It's such a unique power-up and idea. Then we had the Spring Mushroom, a lot of people's least favourite power-up from the 2 Galaxy games. And the developers clearly understood that the Spring Mushroom wasn't a very well-liked power-up, so they only brought it back for 1 Galaxy in Galaxy 2 and never used it again. And then there was the Boo Mushroom, where Mario could turn himself into a boo. Now I have a theory. If you think about this, Lady Bo from the first Paper Mario game, I don't know if I'm right about this, but I think she's the only female Boo in all of Mario. So when you turn into Boo Mario, the reason why all the Boos in the level suddenly have a heart over their heads and start coming towards you is because they're so starved of attraction because there's only one female Boo in existence that they will literally take any Boo that looks slightly different to what they do. And of course, there's the final power-up which should have come back in Galaxy 2, the Red Star. The Red Star allows Mario to changes Mario's overalls from blue to black, which looks so cool, and allows him to fly around on a time limit, which is only used to collect one star in the whole game, the only red star in the game. It also introduced green stars as a new, and green stars seem to be a popular feature with fans because green stars became the side collector, it replaced star coins in Super Mario 3D World. Normally in 2D Mario games, I know 3D World isn't it's like a 2.5D game. Although I guess you could call it 3D, but it's in the style of the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Normally you collect star coins as the collectibles in those games, but in 3D World they changed it to green stars, showing that that Galaxy even still has an effect on the Mario games after their life cycles have been over for a long time. But now let me finally get started on some of my experiences with the game. So I beat the game, I 100%ed the game like 10 years ago. It's been a long time since I even played the game. It's been at least 7 years since I played the game. So when I was playing through, on my 100% file, I got 86 stars by myself, and then my cousin actually helped me collect the final 34. Some of the hardest stars in the game are the Dreadnought and Battle Rock purple coin missions, because if you miss one, you fail. Like, you're not going, and because the entire level is moving, you can't simply just go back for them. If you miss it, you miss it, and you might as well just die and start over. Because if you decide to try to see, if you were playing it for the first time and didn't know there was only 100 and you couldn't go back for them, when you get to the end of the level and talk to the Gearmo just kills you anyway. But the final and 120th star that was collected was the purple coins of the Melty Molten Galaxy. That star isn't so much difficult, it's just there's a few coins in some sneaky places that you might not think to look. One of the things I struggled with in the Mario Galaxy, in Galaxy 1, was the cosmic races. They were so annoying. The one in Honey Hive is super easy. The one in Gold Leaf isn't too difficult either. The one in Sea Slide can be very annoying if you don't get a good start. The one in Freeze Flame is actually that's probably the best one. The Freeze Flame cosmic race is probably the best one of the lot, because you get to spend the whole level ice skating. And Nintendo clearly saw Galaxy as a success because they made another one. And there's some people, me included, that just hold out that tiny, tiny little bit of hope that a Mario Galaxy 3 could happen. The only reason why is because, well, they ported Mario Galaxy 1 to the Switch last year, didn't they? Along with 64 and Sunshine. So Mario Galaxy on the Switch can work. Therefore, Galaxy 3 could work on the Switch. Of course, we're never going to get that. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope that just came out, like a month ago, that's the closest, in my opinion, we'll ever get to Galaxy 3 with all the, outer space stuff. And the last thing I want to talk about to celebrate about the Mario Galaxy's 15-year anniversary is it's the game that introduced Rosalina. And she is still a significant character in the Mario games now. I mean, she's in Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which is the last Mario game that came out, including a Rabbid version of herself. She was the first non-platformer she was introduced in was Mario Kart Wii just a year later than Galaxy. She, of course, returned in Galaxy 2 right at the end of the game. She became a playable character in a platformer for the first time in 3D Land, in 3D World. And she's pretty much in every Mario spin-off game nowadays. She's in the party games, the sports games. Rosalina has had a lasting impact on the Mario universe, even though she was, and with Galaxy being the game that introduced her. I mean, if you think about it, she's quite a important part of Sparks of Hope, because we have Rabbid Lumas, which are quite very important characters to the game. So Rosalina even has an import. This is the most important role Rosalina's had in a Mario game since the first Galaxy. And that shall conclude the video. It was a little bit of all over the place with me just rambling, but Mario Galaxy 1, what an incredible game. It appeared on my top 25 favourite games of all time list back in early 2020. I can't remember where it was probably between 10 and 20, between the number 10 and 20 spots. But yeah, that's going to be it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, tell me what you think of Mario Galaxy if you've played it, and until next time, catch you later.